You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
No Gimmicks Podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, this the time we move around. No Gimmicks Podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring, this is the time for the No Gimmicks, no we doing our thing. What's your state of mind, state of mind? Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, it's the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
How about now? Can you hear me? Yes, no, maybe? Because great observation. Great observation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. But what I was saying is, in terms of the, thank you. You could have commented, JJ. In terms of the, it's a new setup. I'm mobile. But in terms of the audiences, you're seeing out here in Vegas, like there's a perception of, you get a lot of these good shows, the good independent shows, which are less than a single day of WrestleMania for them doing the whole week. So you're seeing shows like GCW, The Collective, shout out to them. You're seeing shows like New Texas and them putting on great shows. Slamfest has done great shows. Ladies Night Out had a great show. It kind of is giving the fan what they need overall, instead of just going to pay the price for WrestleMania. That is the atmosphere around here. People are willing to pay that money to go see as many independent shows as they are to go see WrestleMania. And it's creating an environment where, like, even in my experience, like, I have had so many dope experiences at these events that I know what WrestleMania is, I know what it's gonna be, and do I really need to go there? And I would not blame the fan for feeling that way, but it's creating a situation also where WWE really wants the fans in attendance. What's up, Matt? What's up? We'll talk about that. But in terms of shows around the town, I got to tell you, one of the most surprising shows, and I interviewed the guy, one of the guys behind it yesterday, Vince Russo. What's up, Kim? I interviewed Vince Russo yesterday, and he talked about JCW, and JCW had a line. If you guys know Horseshoe, it's formerly Bally's. It is not a small casino. It stretches for about 2 to 3 blocks. It's wide, and it is huge. It's no small feat. When I tell you JCW had the show packed, from the line was from the back of the casino out the front door of the casino, and it stayed like that, and it just kept building and building. When I tell you JCW is on to something, they are definitely on to something. And the thing with WrestleMania this year is, if this WrestleMania isn't great, I could see a scenario next year where you have guys like a JCW, you have GCW coming in, and you have the Slam Fest. They could put on a great super show. The fans this year have made these shows. It's been awesome. And Matt, to your point, I've seen a lot of good matches this weekend. There's a couple. One of my favorite matches that stands out immediately was Miyu Yamashita and Janai Kai. That was a banger of a match at Bloodsport. That was a good match. One called Manders versus Teamer the Great at New Texas Sin City Stampede. That's a good match. Brody Lee Jr. versus Joey Janela as Joey Janela's Spring Break. Great match. But in terms of that, I would say the best show overall that I've gone to, it's a toss up, because there was some good shows. I would say New Texas Spring Stampede. I'm sorry, Sin City Stampede. That was a great show. Ladies Night Out 16 was a hidden gem. There was a who's who of WWE ID ladies on that card. A who's who of independent wrestlers on that card. Yeah, bro. When I tell you that Joey Janela Brody Lee match, that was a banger of a match. But again, the matches and events that I've seen, I think GCW killed it this year. There was no bad show from GCW. I think the House of Glory show last night had some phenomenal people on it. It was awesome. And like I said, you could find yourself in a scenario to where if WWE is not in town next year, this will be an important WrestleMania. They can't afford to slack on this one. They have to deliver because chances are they won't be here next year. They won't be in the States. And just based on the interaction and shows from this year, you can't afford to have a bad show because it's going to open the door. And there's a lot of people knocking right now based off what I'm seeing this year. There's a lot of people knocking. And I want to point out too what happened with ESPN. It looks like right now there's a rift between WWE and ESPN, particularly Andreas Hell, the head writer over at ESPN. It is looking like they are trying to avoid the bad PR, which makes me kind of nervous for this weekend, WrestleMania wise. Them not being able to cover ESPN, not being able to cover WrestleMania is a big deal, and it's strictly because ESPN has been kind of critical of the WWE shows since they've been on ESPN, and they don't want that. But Q&A time. Oh, good question. Could we get Charlie, aka Dakota Kai, on Who Runs the World 4? You know what, Athena? I think she's still here. I can go downstairs and ask her because there's a lot of ladies. That ladies' night out 16 gave me a lot of names that I would love to see. Chief among them is Notorious Mimi. I don't know if that can happen because she is WWE ID, but there's her. There's Jasmine Allure. Name comes to mind. Did a phenomenal job. Izzy Moreno comes to mind. There's a lot of ladies that came to mind. And speaking of which, they had Lodestone out here, and there was a lot of Lodestone ladies repping the Indies. But yeah, there's a lot of ladies. But if you want me to say, could we get Charlie at? Yes, please, please. Ooh, Journey Burke. Will do. We'll get eyes on them. Yeah, but Who Runs the World 4 could get very, very interesting. Could get very, very interesting. I wonder if Athena's still here. I want to go talk to her. I have ideas. Oh, that's a good one too, Kim. Would love Mance and Steph DeLander in MPX. I would like to see that. I think Mance is a good match for anybody. I think Mance versus Brick Savage or Mance versus Tatum Manning would be Mance versus Sky Della Cremosa. Give me that one. Give me Mance versus Sky Della Cremosa. I would love to see that. What's up, Mac? Welcome in, my guy. Vegas is doing wonders. Vegas is doing wonders. It's been amazing. Like I said, I'll recap this whole trip when I get back. But yeah, I have no complaints right now. No complaints. Oh, Gabby Forza. Gabby had a match. Who did she wrestle at New Texas? I would love to see her. I would love to see her at Who Runs the World 4 too. I forget who she had a match against, but it was a banger. It was a real banger of a match. And I would love, shout out to the New Texas people. It is awesome to see familiar faces. Speaking of familiar faces, I got something for the MPX fans because I didn't know I was going to run into JD Griffey at Bloodsport. Lo and behold, I run into JD Griffey at Bloodsport. And yes, thank you, Evan. It was Charity King. Banger match. But I ran into JD Griffey at Bloodsport yesterday, and He says he's going to stay radio silent for a minute, but he has things to say. So next time myself and JJ go live, we will discuss the events that happened at Destiny. But word from the former champion, not happy, and he's gonna stay radio silent. So there it is. Didn't imagine running into him yesterday, but lo and behold, I ran into JD Griffey at Bloodsport. But yes, any plans on MPX touring to Canada? Oh, that is above my pay grade, but you never know. You never know. I would love to see, especially with the global wars happening, and they're working with ROH, AEW. I would love to see them kind of tour, show Texas talents to Canada with MLP. I think that would be awesome too. I would love to see that, but again, that's above my pay grade. Don't know. Will you be in the building for night one? Probably not. I probably have to pick and choose my battles. I think I may go over to Circa for Stadium Swim for night one. I got about an hour to figure that out. Probably will go over to Circa for Stadium Swim. Night two, I most likely will be in the building. Night two for me is the more salivating one, so I may go into that. You are correct, sir. This is going to be an excellent show. Excellent show. Can't wait for it. Emphasis on excellent. Good reason. Another good Charlie to get for Who Runs the World would be, Charlie Evans. You are right. You are correct. You are correct. We have a lot of meat on the bones for Who Runs the World 4. Specifically, we got to talk about the American Joshi Championship. The American Joshi Championship with Vert Vixen. By the way, shout out to Vert Vixen. She's been killing it out here. But the mountain she's seen, please don't be mad at me, Vert. The mountain she seemingly can't climb is Anarchic Ash. Now, will I say it's completely her fault? No. And once we get back, we'll have to talk about that match too. But the American Joshi Championship, there's a lot of meat there. So I need that to be an emphasis for Who Runs the World 4. Ooh, good one. Good match of Bloodsport. I would love to see them run it back at Who Runs the World 4. I would love that. But again, meat on the bones here. Shayna and Charity King have unfinished business. And the last time we saw Charity King at Who Runs the World, she had her sights set on Shayna Baszler. So there's unfinished business there as well. Matt brings up an interesting point. If the Texas promotions could work together, we could have a Texas versus USA tour, a group of Texas talent traveling to different states and qualifying matches to get on that tour. I'm gonna say something, and I'm a small body in this game. Not literally, but my voice ain't as loud, right? The success of New Texas, I thought, shined a very, very big light on Texas. And I would ask for everyone to follow up that success. I really would. And it's because there's so many people around the state that could get that recognition. I would love to see Texas promotions come together. Again, this is above my pay grade, but if I can help it in any way possible, I think seeing the success of New Texas here in Vegas and how the crowd actually gravitated toward Texas and the wrestlers, I think, and this may be a little biased speaking here too, I do think from the people I've seen coming out of Texas, I would put them up against anybody. I thought Texas had some of the best talent in Vegas. I thought Texas represented themselves very well in the events that they had. I thought Texas has enough, and I've been saying this, but I think Texas has enough to where this state is good as a standalone promotion. But that takes everybody working together. Again, if I could find a way to pull that together, I would do that in a heartbeat. But again, I don't have a lot of skin in the game. That one ain't up to me. But please, promoters, if you're listening, please work together, because there's a lot of great talent in Texas. And seeing what I saw this weekend let me know just how good Texas is as compared to anybody else. I had first person seats to a lot of different mixings and pairings, people who are high on people's radars, people who are WWE ID'd, and I still had Texas talent above a bunch of people. So please find a way to get that done. And I'm off my soapbox. I would love to see Natty and Shayna run it back. We talked about that, yes. Ooh, Charity and Natty versus Shayna and Nyla. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And speaking of her, like I said, she killed it out here. And I think she is going to be on another level. But step one, she's got a mountain to climb. I know she don't like that, but she's got a mountain to climb, and that mountain is Anarchy Ash. Love seeing so much Texas involvement in Vegas. Yes, like I said, just being around and being able to see familiar faces was refreshing to me. And seeing people that I knew, people that have been on this show, people that have cut their teeth in Texas, and I've watched them, seen them come over here and not only thrive, but make names for themselves out here. There's gonna be a lot of people coming back with something to prove, not just to the state, but to the country. There's gonna be a lot of people on some radars, and like I always tell you guys, enjoy them while you got them, because you don't know how long they're going to be here. And this weekend is further proof of it. You don't know how long some of these people are going to be here, but enjoy them while you got them, cheer for them, and support them in any way you can. Oh, good stuff, Evan. He said New Texas needs to do the Women's Texas 8. I wholeheartedly co-sign this. I wholeheartedly co-sign this. Yes, there's a lot on the bone there too. I would love to see it. And again, I would love to see if this is the beginning of promotions working together. I think the Texas 8 could serve as a springboard for that, because you do have different areas of Texas. And if New Texas is going to hold one of those, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, brother. If New Texas is going to hold one of those, I think like they did with LVJ versus Exodus Prime, I think if they were to do something like that in each city, to where they work with a promotion from that city and then host that match and then put it out, I think you could see something very, very credible as it relates to Texas wrestling. I really do. But looking at my watch, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to get up out of here. I need to figure out a plan. I'm probably going to go over to Circa, and I'll show you guys some shots from Circa, what it looks like spring break stadium swim, watching WrestleMania night one. Let me know what you guys think. I'll probably, if I do have the time, I'll come back on later on, probably do a little post-show Q&A, get everybody's thoughts, how we feeling about night one, what are we looking forward to tonight two. But No Gimmicks Podcast fan group on Facebook, get your predictions in, start a thread, be thoughtful, engage, but most of all, enjoy what you're going to enjoy. You guys be safe. Peace.
And I know it's all business, We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks, gimmicks.